to work with me. It's about 7:05 on this sunshiny, bright Wednesday morning, and headed into the office. Wanted to jump on though and share with you devotions this morning. So I was reading Mark chapter 2 before I left the house, and the story that jumped out to me was in here. We've got Jesus in his home, and there's a man who's sick, and his friends, he has 4 friends who take him. And if you've been to church for very long or grew up in church, you know the story, how they couldn't get into the house because there was so many people. So they take him up on the roof, take the roof apart, lower him down through, and Jesus heals the man. But the thing that stood out to me the most this morning that I wanted to share, and the question that I asked is this: do I have enough faith for anybody else besides myself? Do I have enough faith to share? Do I have faith for God to do something for someone else, not just for me? Do I have a selfish faith, or do I have a sharing faith? Because in that story, when the men lowered the guy down who was sick, Jesus looked at him and said, and the verse says, and because of their faith, Jesus healed him. Not just the sick man, the lame man's faith, but their, plural, faith. These guys had enough faith, his friends, that they said, we've got to get our sick friend to Jesus. If we don't get him to Jesus, he's not going to get healed. So because of their faith, and faith is not just something that we believe, faith is always put into action. Faith is something that is proved out. We prove our faith by the way we live, which is repeated over and over and over in the New Testament. We prove what we believe by how we act. We prove what we believe by how we live. What does the way I live show about the way I believe? The way I live tells exactly what I believe. I may say one thing, but my life will always prove out what the truth is. We have a lot of people today who live like practical atheists. They claim to be Christians, but they live like they don't believe in God, because they live no different than the world. And if we truly are Christians and we believe what we say we believe, it should impact the way we live our life. And it did for these guys. They took their friend and they tore down into there, and Jesus said, because of their faith. Because of their faith. So what kind of faith do I have? Unfortunately, faith for themselves, let alone anybody else. We don't have enough faith to come to God to get our own healing, to get our own anything from God, because we don't really pray believing God can hear and answer his prayer. We just kind of pray as a last resort, or pray because we're supposed to, or pray over our food, or now I lay me down to sleep kind of prayers. And we're not really coming to God praying, let alone doing it for somebody else. Having enough faith for God to heal, for God to do something for somebody else. So what kind of faith do you have? Do you have practical atheism? Really not living in the way that you say you believe? Do you have enough faith for yourself? Getting yours. Coming to God and getting your healing. Or 3, the level 3. Do you have enough for healing? That's what challenged me this morning. The 3, in that story, there are 3 levels of faith. I definitely don't want to be at a level 1. I don't ever want my life to reflect a person who believes as a practical atheist, that doesn't really believe in God, lives like the rest of the world. Don't have any desire to be in that level. Most of us are content with level 2 Christianity, where we've got enough faith for our own, but that's about it. And we really don't even have that much of that. But I want to be at that level 3. Have enough faith for God to do something for somebody else. That's where I want to live my life. So I want to encourage you. 1, live like you really believe what you say you believe. 2, have enough faith to get your own healing in your own life. I don't just mean physical. I mean, there's a lot of emotional, mental, spiritual healing that needs to happen amongst Christians. And then get to level 3, where you can do that for somebody else. It's my encouragement for you today. Hope you have a great day. God bless you.